following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
And I'm ready to go crazy because the Celtics are going all the way.
Hey, Nick, go handle our light work.
Bowl games matter.
I would like a cold cut sandwich.
Attaboy, Happer.
You can call him Eamon Owens because he ain't got no D and he ain't got no J.
James Madison.
Turn your body cams off. Do what you do.
Hey, everybody, what is going on? It is Tuesday night. That means it is time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Scott, how you feeling, man?
Feeling great, man. Feeling good.
How
are you?
How was your sports weekend?
It's pretty good. Braves stopped sucking. That was awesome. Shedeur was the talk of the town for the wrong reasons. I loved it. Yeah.
You just sipping on that haterade?
I don't know if it's haterade though, dude. I don't know. We're gonna talk about it. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it was a good sports weekend, man. How about yours? The Reds, they were kicking butt, dude. They helped me. Hey, real quick, they helped me improve to 4-0 in fantasy. Last undefeated, baby, and I beat Shitty to do it. It's like winning the Super Bowl in the middle of the season.
It was a good weekend, man. Got to play a little golf. Got to take batting practice at GABP while the Reds were in golf.
Dude, how did that come about, by the way? You just slid that in there.
It was a pretty cool thing. So my neighbor is a season ticket holder, and they had a season ticket holder event where season ticket holders could go and take batting practice. And he was like, I can't go. Do you want to go with the family? I was like, yeah, the boys would love that. And he was like, well, only one person's allowed to hit. And I was like, I would love that. That sounds great. That sounds like a good time for me, and everybody else can watch me. So I got to go hit BB. It was amazing, terrifying.
Dude,
but amazing.
It looked awesome, man. I'm jealous of you, but that looks like a like you said, bucket list type shit, man.
Yeah, it was definitely bucket list. They had it on the video board too, so like people could watch on the video board, and terrifying. Like I was like, just don't miss, just don't. It doesn't have to be hard hit balls, just don't miss. And I didn't. That's all I cared about. And then our baseball team got smacked last night. So, whatever. Ups and downs of the weekend, I guess.
Trials and tribulations, bro. Trials and tribulations.
Tyson, yes, I did get a ball out of the infield. I got several out of the infield. I think I had 4 line drives over third base and shortstop into the outfield, and then one that I got underneath and hit the top of the cage, like you see in like Major League, where it goes up and hits the cage and almost hits you right in the top of the head. That happened to me. Mookie's here. Mookie, how's your sports weekend?
It was all right, man. Can't complain. Except for the feedback I'm getting. Hold on. Did I break shit?
Probably.
Okay.
You're good.
We'll just power right through, pretend like it's not happening. Wonderful sports weekend. I didn't tell you guys this yet, but I've added to my baseball fandom because we are now also fading the Rockies. I don't know why I didn't think about this sooner.
That's a good one, man. They suck on ice, dude. They're so bad.
How many teams are you currently fading, Mookie? I know we
just the Sox and the Rockies now, because I started following the White
Don't
Sox.
do the A's. The A's are playing well, man.
I know. We are off the A's train.
Okay,
they are far too competitive to apply the model. But I started following the Sox on Yahoo, so I remember to bet every day. And then they had the power rankings, and they're like, Chicago comes in at 29th in our rankings. I'm like, who the hell is worse than Chicago? And I scroll all the way down. I'm like, oh, the Rockies with a massive 4 wins. All right, let's go. So, it's perfect timing because it coincided with Scott's Braves going out. I was going to say
Braves are in Colorado after Cincinnati just left.
Yep. So, that's gonna. I feel like this is gonna carry me through the summer. I'm doing well. The Papal Conclave has started. We've got a shot. We'll say we've got some horses in the race. I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
Wow.
Yeah, things are good though. Things are good.
I love Mookie betting on who the next
course
is going to be.
Because of course, though, if there's a line on it.
Well, see, and the best part about this is, so I'll give you a little behind the baseball in it, but like when I was working at Fox Sports, a couple of us wrote some software where basically you could feed in whatever the pool was. So it started off with the Westminster and Kennel Club, and then went to the spelling bee, where it's basically like if you've got a field of 100-something people, you just put them in there and randomizes it, and then it will assign it to people, and you get a $5 buy-in, and then they split it evenly based on how many participants you got. So when the idea that Papal Enclave came up, it's like, oh yeah, we'll just run that play again and have some fun with it. Come to find out, though, there are actually legitimate Vegas odds on this. This isn't just the pool. You could bet straight up, like money line, on who's going to become our next Roman Catholic Pope.
Well, that's what Gabe wants to know. What are the odds for a black Pope?
Literally couldn't tell you because it's just a list of names and odds. So, like, if you want to go through and match them up, by all means. But I can tell you,
go out on a limb and say 0.
There's got to be at least one cardinal of color. There's got to be. There's 100 and something.
And I think he's a cardinal that's up there as like one of the top 5 favorites to be named. I would say if we go through it. I would say Black Pope has top 5 odds to be.
Let me see.
Number 5, but I'm saying we got at least top 5.
Let me read off. 5. Let me read off to you the top 6, just because we have to say number 6. But there's Pietro Parolin at the plus 225 favorite. So him and Luis Antonio Tego are both the favorites at 225, plus 225.
He's not black.
We got Peter Turkson.
He's not black. No way.
For sure not black.
Robert Serra.
Maybe black.
Matteo Zuppi?
Nope.
Oh, whoa. Hold on. Robert Serra. Black. He's the black cardinal.
Oh,
is he?
I said maybe.
He's at plus 600 right now. Like, so he's a pretty solid pick right there. But then my personal favorite coming in at number 6 at plus 800, Pier Battista Pizzaballa.
Pizzaballa. That's Pizzaballa. I want Pope Pizzaballa. That sounds fantastic.
I want Pope black guys. So fuck you.
You don't, because the first thing that popped up when I Google searched Robert Serra was anti-woke cardinal Robert Serra's top quotes, and I'm like, do we really want this guy?
Well, Uncle Tom's always rise to the top. I guess I should have.
Can't do a DEI Pope right now, according to Tyson.
That's a good point. Good point.
All right, we could talk Pope betting all night long, but we're not going to. We got to talk Bill Belichick's girlfriend. That whole
fiasco. You got important sports talk coming your way, folks.
Yes, as what did ChatGPT determine this show to be, Scott?
Sports adjacent lunacy.
Nothing truer than that line. Adjacent lunacy. We are going to talk Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. I want to talk about Shedeur getting pranked and that whole fiasco. We've got some conspiracy theories. Did Trump have a hand in Shedeur getting drafted? Maybe. I don't know. Also, apparently nobody in the Washington Nationals organization has a dog, so we'll talk about that later on. Rob Manfred making news, Scott, with his after another meeting with Trump, hands all over the place. NFL draft, Major League Baseball, he's stirring up things all over the place. So we got something to talk about there. Adam Silver wants to redo the NBA All-Star game, make it more hockey-like. We're going to get a hockey playoffs update from Scott. Mookie, I've got hope that my team's going to end up in the Champions League next year. Tons to get to before
Mike,
we do all of that, though.
Real quick, though, I just had an idea because we got to have Scott talk some hockey. Do we want to throw a segment together real quick? Cardinal elector or hocky player?
Oh, that's a good segment. Yes,
I could maybe get something ready.
You can work on that, Mook. We will ask Scott, is this a potential Pope or a hockey player? Scott, are you down to play that game?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. All right, good. That's how we'll do that hockey tonight while we mix in some questions for the hockey expert. Let's talk about these beers that we are drinking tonight. As always, we're rating them on Caesar scale. Shout out Caesar too, by the way. Looking down on us, watching Liverpool win the Premier League title this weekend after stomping my Tottenham Hotspurs. He was smiling at that one. Caesar scale, dog or no dog. Scott, what is in your mug tonight?
For the second week in a row, I am visiting Uncle Arnie's. This time, it is the strawberry lemonade. I believe that this is the THC-infused beverage that somebody posted in the group that they were a fan of when the conversation got brought up. I mean, a shocker to no one. Absolutely fucking dog.
Yeah, that's
right. Strawberry lemonade and yeah.
Is it 10 migs?
Yep. Yeah, these things are perfect, man. And zero sugar on top of it too, so it's not like you're having to slog through some super syrupy sweet thing. But the thing is, it still tastes sweet. Like honestly, whatever they put into it, it's so doggish.
I love that this is the evolution of brewing, that we've gone to like, let's just put weed and beer. Let's mix them together, and they're right. It's fantastic. What a great idea. Mookie, what are you drinking tonight, dog or no dog? And were you about to say no? Were you about to say no?
I was going to say, you might as well try it, right? Like, what's the worst thing that happens?
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly. You have nothing to lose. Tonight I am drinking Sophia Mexican Lager from Eddie Line Brewery. I was a little nervous at first because when I cracked it open, it just spewed everywhere. Hence why the can is on the floor where the carpet can soak up the suds. But no, this is dog, man. This is a dog. This tastes like essentially if you had a Corona, but the lime was already in it. So you don't have to slice it up and put it in yourself. This thing's wonderful. I just wish I was drinking it on a beach somewhere. That's the only way this would get any better. But yeah, it ain't gonna last long.
Do you guys feel that? Have you ever felt that sense of accomplishment since the first time you were able to hold your thumb in the bottle and tilt the Corona upside down and get the lime all the way down to the bottom and then tilt it back up without spraying beer everywhere? I've been chasing that high since the first time I did it. Haven't been able to replicate it. I've had 2 kids since then. Nothing compares to that first time you tilted that Corona over. Mookie, have you ever refound that feeling?
No. I'll think on it, but I don't. Oh, wow, Matt Barr. No,
He's right though.
Train of thought lost.
I mean, he's telling facts, so there's that.
There's Nicholas Kurtz.
Yes. To all my Nicholas Kurtz in the chat. I do love them niggas.
So dangerous. So dangerous.
I wasn't even walking the line. That was dancing on it. Matt Barr is drinking Montucky Cold Snack Lager, the unofficial beer of Montana. 4.1% ABV. Beauty is like your dog greeting you at the door after a long day. Big time dog. Gabe is drinking a Foster's Australian beer. I haven't seen a Foster's in a while.
No kidding.
5% ABV. He says it's an Australian Shepherd. Fun fact: the oil can is brewed and packaged in Texas. So does that mean Austin is or Foster's is for Texans by Texans? That's
what it sounds like at least.
I believe that.
Hot Wheels Greg, beer of choice.
Tyson said Corona is gross.
It's such a lie. I don't know why people try to spew that hatred.
It's fine. It's a fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's got a function. Like, it's the beach beer. It's cheap enough that you can buy like 24 of them to go for a day on the beach, and it matches the environment. Like, you're not going to have a Corona and you're going to sit down and sip a Corona like slowly and have a cultured conversation. Like, that's not what it's made for.
Yeah,
doesn't mean it's not a dog.
Yeah, it's still a dog. I'm with you on that one. Takes it does Foster's make koozies for the oil can. I haven't seen one, man. Never seen a Foster's oil can koozie.
Girthy koozie.
Gabe said they need a Magnum. Give that one to him, Mook. He deserves it for that one. All right, for my beer tonight, I went to Asheville, North Carolina, or right down the street because they got a brew pub here in Norwood. I went to Highwire Brewing. This is their Churro 10W40 Imperial Stout brewed with chocolate, vanilla, lactose, and cinnamon.
Churro's dangerous, though.
Churro, 8%. Look at this. It's like oil. Like, that is straight up oil. It's delicious. Absolutely.
They delivered. Okay, good.
The taste is fantastic.
You should update your software.
We'll update the software. Absolutely would crush these if it wasn't for it being 8% and me feeling loopy after one of these. Let us know in the comments what you were drinking, whether or not it's a dog, Caesar scale. Fellas, let's talk some football. The draft happened, but that's not where I want to start because I feel like we need to start with this Bill Belichick story. So Bill is doing an interview with CBS for CBS Sunday Morning, Life in Football, and they're doing this whole story on Bill Belichick. Well, it comes out that his girlfriend is like right there through the entire interview and interjecting constantly. Like questions would be asked and she would pop up and be like, no, we're not answering that. They asked Bill like how he and her met, and she was like, we're not answering that question. And then it came out later that she had stormed off at one point during the interview, caused a delay of 30 minutes. She had talked so much and interjected so much that they had to like conveniently edit things around, and they were supposed to do another interview, and that just got canceled. It has gotten to the point that UNC is a little worried about her involvement with Bill Belichick and to the program. Scott, who could have seen this coming? How did nobody see this happening?
I feel like all of the football stories this week for me are just straight comedy, just karma comedy, and I'm here for it all. Like this is, I still don't even know what's happening because I've seen the videos, that they recorded of like where she's interjecting and popping in and all this stuff, and it's so confusing. But even more is that, that whole like. When old people are trapped type thing, like the look behind Bill's eyes where he's like screaming for help, kind of, sort of like he doesn't really know how to react when she does those things. And like, he's kind of just like, does this real like awkward, like smile, like giggle thing. And it's like, this is the same dude that we've seen in videos in the Patriots locker room, just getting after and berating the shit out of 400-pound dudes. And like this 24-year-old, 100-pound, seemingly like a little unhinged female, like she's got this dude imprisoned. I'm convinced. He looks terrified. Somebody help Bill. Somebody do a wellness check on Bill.
Mookie, what was your take when you saw this whole thing unfurl for us over the weekend?
It's just, man.
Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee, Bill.
Off-season training can't come soon enough because this was so uncomfortable. And like the funny part about it to me was the ease at which all this footage was leaked. Like they were like, "Hey, so we're gonna get nothing from this. So here, just like take the footage, world, and we might as well get some kind of publicity or eyes on this because this was a waste of time." Like, man, and. This was supposed to be like a puff piece. This was supposed to be a really friendly interview for Bill, right? Like this wasn't supposed to be controversial. They were going to be going after him, but like she clearly came in there with an agenda. And Bill, we're on to Cincinnati. Like, what happened to the Bill Belichick we knew, man?
That's what's crazy. Is like this is a guy who, for his entire career, has been like doesn't give you anything. He's so like quiet, like coach speak to a T, and then. This piece is coming out where it's like, we're going to see another side of Bill Belichick. And it's almost like she wouldn't let him talk because they don't want to ruin that mystique of like, this is who Bill Belichick is. He's this guy. He does this. He didn't have any UNC PR people with him. Didn't have anybody from the athletic department with him. Didn't have anybody
have UNC apparel on. Like he's wearing the raggedy ass old Navy shirt.
Yeah. Can we talk about that outfit that Bill rolled in on? Like,
Look at his face.
If you are trying to control every part of the narrative, why do you let the man walk out of the house in this shirt? Like, what are we doing here? This isn't post-game presser. Here's my old sweatshirt. This was let's get dressed up to go meet the people from CBS. Give me my good sweatshirt, the one with only one hole.
Give me my good hoodie. Bill.
That's what makes me think like this is like look at his face. He's screaming, man. Like that's like help me behind those eyes. Like that fake forced smile. Like that is part of the narrative. She's like, you're gonna wear this fucking sweater. You're not gonna like, why would I go to CBS? Shut the fuck up, Bill. You'll wear this sweater and the whole world will wonder why the great Bill Belichick is wearing this fucking horrendous sweater. At least the hoodies with the cutoff sleeves were like brand new ones. What the fuck is this? Why would you? I don't know, man. There's something going on. Bill's not okay.
Your assumption here, Scott, is that Bill Belichick was like, this will be a good time. I'll enjoy this. And then very shortly realized this isn't fun anymore. I need an escape plan. And he's looking at the anchor for CBS going, please help me. Look at what she put me in. I gotta get out of this. Please let me out.
Like his agreeing to this interview that he, like you guys were saying, hey, he's never otherwise done this. This is out of character. Bill never said anything. He's like, oh, if I get in front of the cameras, this is my shot. This is how I can tell the world I'm in trouble. I need help. I can do it with it. I can signal to the world like that I need help, and she won't know. Sure, I'll just wear the tattered shirt, whatever. Just I gotta get in front of the cameras. I have to let them know. They have to know I need help.
So, Bill, how did you and your girlfriend meet? And she like stops. No, we're not answering that because she doesn't want it. She doesn't want it broken out that she like somehow concocted some like stew in the woods and drank it and stole his soul. And now Bill Belichick is just a shell of who he was because this witchcraft that this succubus came and took his life from him.
That's not even the same guy that we saw at the roast of Tom Brady. I wasn't even that long ago. This is a different man. I'm telling you. Go back and look at the tape, man. Look at the tape.
The worst part is I feel like he looks better. Like he looks younger, healthier. Like
that's what she wants you to think. Stop.
Okay. Hey, look.
That's what she wants you to think. Don't fall for the okie doke move. Come on, man. We gotta help our brother out.
Do we though?
I mean, maybe not, but
this may be how he wants.
I feel like
it to
we
end.
should.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, then there's that. I mean, I didn't weigh that into the equation.
All right, so there were rumors after this because of how quickly she shut down talk about how they met. There are rumors, and I'll emphasize these are rumors. These are unsubstantiated. We have no idea. As a matter of fact,
which is why they belong on this show.
Exactly. This is why the lunacy of sports happens here. Let's do this the correct way. We gotta get the music. Where's the music? Oh God, Mookie, you move everything around on me.
Is it this one?
Thank you. Not it, but that's fine. We'll go with
Can I phone a friend?
It's the one, Mookie is the one labeled conspiracy.
Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. That was close. It's not playing.
Hey, is the conspiracy theory one named conspiracy?
Why does it keep playing? Here we go. All right.
God damn.
Hold on. You know what, Mike? I got something for this. Here you go. Sorry, bro. Shit happens.
Oh my God.
Hold on. Wait. Pause. Scott, I gotta let you in on this here. Mookie.
I just saw the private chat. So
Mookie has entered
infiltrated.
He has entered into an agreement with a company who is sponsoring a new portion of the show called #Shit Mookie Says, based off of Mookie saying "ye" and the "p" and other ridiculous things. So Mookie was approached to be like, "Hey, can I sponsor a segment on the show?" And Mookie was like, "Yeah, that sounds great." And the guy was like, I'll give you some money. And Mookie was like, don't even worry about that. Just print out some stickers for it.
What? You turned down fucking money, bro?
Exactly.
Well, now hold on.
No. That's the facts of the case laid out completely. You were offered money for a sponsored segment and you said no. Correct or not correct? Is that factual?
Incorrect. Mostly. Technically.
No, there
right.
It is. There's the gray area Mookie's crap.
It's kind of a gray area. It's kind of a gray area. But what happened was I said,
and there it is. There's the finality.
Don't worry about it. Because look, this is my buddy Vince. He offered to print the stickers. It was money and stickers. And I was like, hey man, you print these stickers up so we can hand those things out. Don't even worry about it. Just buy me some beers at the FC game.
Buy me some beers.
I mean, so there you go.
So now
Hashtag shit Mookie says, don't worry about it. Just buy me some beers and we're good.
Hey, I like that going into our 9th full year, Mookie has hijacked our show and got himself a sponsorship. That's where in the 9th year the show is headed. This is amazing.
Yep. He's angling for his own spinoff. He's his own overlay in here so that he could switch over to ye and the p. Mookie said.
Well, that was the best version of the what do you call it? The what is it, Scott? Before you
Sticker?
finalize it, the prints or whatever.
Oh, the proof.
The proofs, yeah, that was the best proof I could lift easily because he's got a couple other ones we could use. We've got it has a creamy mouthfeel, or act like you've been here, or I could beat any figure skater in the Oklahoma Trail.
I'm just glad. I'm just glad that whoever this is at least listens to the show clearly. So there's that.
He does. Because and the funny part is it's not always the day after, but I know when he listens to it because inevitably that week I will either get a text or hear about it first thing when I show up to TQL. So yeah, halftone signs, y'all. If you need any screen wraps or printing, just check them out.
There we go. I was wondering if you were going to get the company name in there at any point, like
I'm checking out because I'm not sure if that's actually right.
Oh my goodness, so on brand, so on brand. You gotta be careful who you get in bed with on this show if you're trying to sneak in with a backdoor sponsorship. Got to make sure you go to the right one of us.
Well, clearly you want to go to Mookie because you might get your name wrong, but it's free, baby.
Hey, right? Oh yeah, no. I was right. Halftone signs. Yeah, they're up here in Springdale. Check them out. They do vans, cars. They print yard signs. They'll do T-shirts, bumper stick, whatever, man. Whatever you need, just give them a shout. Tell them sell out. It'll be great. It'll be great.
Tell them Mookie sent you. No,
that's your coupon code.
Yeah, no discount codes, no like.
Just tell him Mookie sent you.
Hey, I feel like
I know a guy. Like I know a guy. He said to give you a call. You know, Mookie just said, "Hey, come on down."
God. I don't like. You need. It should have been like go like. When you place your order, say ye and the P for 10% off. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, I like
ye and the P.
Dude,
once again,
bring this stuff to us. Like, you don't have to handle it yourself, man.
Now, hold on a minute. To be fair, I brought it to you Sunday
after it was done. The deal was finalized. You
already agreed to get beers on your own. Yeah,
nothing's been
done. You said, "Hey, no." I told him, "Don't worry about money," and I was like, "What was the first thing I said to you after you said that?" The first thing I said,
"You're not allowed to do this anymore."
Accurate, dude. Accurate. Come on, man. Next time you immediately say, "Hey, yes, that sounds like an amazing idea. I'm going to defer you to one of the two hosts. They'll handle it from there."
Hey, you know what this is right here. This is one of those important moments in life. Because now I know. Now I know.
No, this was good, Mookie. Hashtag dumb shit, Mookie. Oh, it's so good. All right, so the theory, fellas, that is going on in the internet because of how quickly Bill's girlfriend shut this down is that she used to be a high-end escort, and that's how they met, and she doesn't want that getting out in public. Now, I don't know if that's real. That's just what they're saying, that's how they met, and that's the video.
Allegedly.
I'm not saying that happened. I'm just saying that people are saying that. And I don't know. Some people say maybe that could be the accurate way. Scott, how do we feel about the conspiracy theory? Yes? No? Maybe?
I mean, anything's at play. I mean, the speed at which she said, "Nope, not talking about that," when it was asked, I mean, there's clearly something nefarious. So, honestly, I mean, that's probably the best case scenario is that she's an escort, right? Like, honestly, because there's worse things she could be. I mean, there's worse ways for them to have met. Like, I mean, we don't need to go down that road. Let's not linger. But there's worse ways. I think best case scenario, she might have been an escort. That's all I'll say.
Mook, how do we feel about the conspiracy theory here about how they met?
Pass.
Correct answer, Mook. Good work. First time, I'm glad you passed on something. All right, let's talk draft, fellas, because the story of the draft was obviously Shedeur Sanders falling to the 5th round to the Cleveland Browns. We got to watch Shedeur sweat it out throughout the first round. You know, after the Saints passed on him, that dude was just like, "Oh no. Oh, it's I'm not going in the first round." And then it gets to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh passes. It's like, "Oh no, it's really bad." And then you get to the second round, and he's thinking, "Okay, I'm going second round." And then he doesn't go in the second round. And it's like, oh my God, what is happening? And then the third round comes and he doesn't go in the third round. Like this was honestly, it was painful to watch. Like a young man, like it hurt me to. All right, maybe I'm sorry. I'm the only one on this show with a heart. I apologize for being pathetic to human beings.
We all have faults in yours.
I'm pathetic too, but not to this. Not to this. Sorry.
Dude, it didn't give you like, okay, all right. Now, maybe just watching them fall didn't hurt, but the prank phone call had to hurt, right? Like that had to.
The prank phone call. That kicked it up a notch. I was like, now we're pranking them. Oh my God. I actually said whoever did that was a hero. I said it before they figured out who it was. Before the apology, I said whoever did that's a hero. Every moment of it. I went from not giving a damn about the draft to, the longer this goes, the more interested I'm in. Like I had that whole, like, I wanted him to get at the end of the draft and for the Titans to bookend the draft with the two guys that should have taken so that he could forever be Mr. Irrelevant and not get the freedom to even be able to pick where he wanted to go as being an undrafted free agent, but then stuck to be playing behind the guy that got drafted first overall. Like, I wanted all the smoke. It was great.
Mookie, you were also on board with the prank call. You loved it. You loved seeing it.
Yeah, like mostly because I was just like, dude, how are you gonna let yourself get got like that?
Evil. Nobody's supposed to have this number, bro. Nobody's supposed to have this number, bro. Whoops, they did,
but they got it. Like,
I mean, there's at least 32. There's at least 32 individuals that had that number. So somebody, left it lying around. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's
well, that came out pretty not quickly, but like they found out, and I gotta be honest. Then I liked it even more because, like, was it just some stupid college kid? Like, it was a defensive coordinator's kid, right?
Yeah, it was the Falcons defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich. It was his son who came across the number on an unlocked iPad. Like he walked past an iPad, the iPad was unlocked and open and had digits. And he said, hey, that's Shedeur Sanders' number. I'm going to take that down. Now, the video that came out, it was apparently his friend that was talking to Shedeur. So he just gave his friend the number. He was like the person in the video that wasn't speaking. So he didn't actually do the prank call. He facilitated the prank call. But yeah, man, not a good look for the Falcons defensive coordinator, who the Falcons have come out and said no punishment for him. Yep. He's not going to be in trouble for this. That had to be a rough night for that kid at home, right? Like that's not a good night when you find out that you were the one that prank called Shedeur Sanders and it's like a national story and your dad realizes, oh shit, you got my iPad.
Yeah, well, you know what? Not all heroes wear capes, baby.
Right. Like, and at the same time, if you're the dad,
sometimes you got to take one for the squad.
Right, because look, kid's not addicted to meth, like he's not out there.
Just a little harmful prank that went national.
A harmful little prank, right? Exactly, just a little crank yankers, for you youngins out there. Caesar, Google it, man. It's worth it. Trust me.
Baby, you got mail.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like, so okay, sure, the kid got the phone number. That was whatever. But if that's all it takes to get through to these guys when they're waiting to get drafted, I'm shocked this hasn't happened before.
Seriously,
Shedeur,
is your refrigerator running?
Right, like how is there not? And I hate to be like, oh, isn't it a code word or something? But you would think in a situation like this, when they're trying to catch it on video and all this, there'd be something more where there's at least like a hey, but are you really the GM of the Buffalo Bills? Like, really, is that who you are?
Yeah,
like,
the answer to that is
somehow, like,
absolutely. Now
come
go
on,
ahead.
man. Just like if there's people that had his number.
Is this being recorded for maximum embarrassment? Is this being recorded? Wait, why would the Bills GM ask that? I just need to double check, make sure it's recording. I like to make sure these phone calls are recorded because I like the moments that come out of these. So
yeah,
make sure you're recording.
We make a year in review picture of all our rookies once they finish, and we want to make sure we have the moment when it all started on tape, so that we can make that great highlight reel.
How's somebody get this number though, bro?
Like that, I know. I'm shocked it has.
It has happened, Mook. It happened like 6 times this year. Like there were 6 different players that got pranked. Shedeur's just went viral. Yes, and it happens almost every year that there's some prank phone call that gets through, or on the other side of it, players don't answer calls and miss the calls because they don't even realize it's the GM that's calling them or the coach that's calling them. So they let the call go to voicemail and then have to get a second call where their agent calls in and it's like, hey, pick up the phone. They're calling you to draft.
I have another genius idea. We start a company that all we do is provide that connection between the teams and the players. We make sure the players answer the phone call. We make sure it's actually the teams on the other end for the players. This whole thing goes away.
So you want a representative from our company, one in the war room with each team, and then one with each draft player, and we only call our line so that we know.
Well, no, it doesn't have to. No, we don't have to have someone with every player, but we'll just have like a verified system to prove it is who we say it is.
Hey man, what's the code word? What's the code word? Ye and the P. Yeah, it's them. It's the Bears.
Boom! There it is. Right? It's legit now. And then if someone tries to pull that, oh, sorry, but that was 2026's code word. It's 27 now. Yeah, we were looking.
Oh, sorry, creamy mouthfeel. Shit, damn it. We got to draft.
Busted. We got another one, guys. Put him on the board. That's another pelt on the wall.
It's an old cold, sir, but it checks out.
That's right. Look at this. I invented agents and assistant GMs in 2 weeks.
Mookie didn't get it.
I know.
What? Oh, you're right. I didn't.
Gabe with the correct question though, and this is what I was also wondering, like, what's the end goal of doing this? Like, is it really that funny? Is the end goal literally like just to kick a guy while he's down?
Yes.
Like watching his.
Also, I mean, it is kind of funny, and I think only in this instance. Like, yeah, okay, like if you're just gonna prank the average guy, like, oh, whatever. But in this very moment for Shedeur, like it was the cherry on top of this shit Sunday. Like all of the falling, all of the embarrassment of all that, and everything he had to come out and say, and eating all this humble pie, and then somebody pranked him. Like, these are the moments, man. I am gonna miss them in the gulag.
What round was it too when they called him? Wasn't it like the third round or something?
Oh, when they called him in the third round,
like the prank. Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then he sat there for 2 more rounds.
A whole day. He had to go to day 3.
Oh my god, dude! Oh, that's so good.
And then of all places, he ends up fucking Cleveland.
Yeah, so let's talk about how he ended up in Cleveland, because very strange. We could probably fire up the conspiracy theory music again on this one.
Oh, I know where it is this time.
Okay, good. It's the one labeled conspiracy theory, Mook, just in case you're looking. All right, so the
100% surprised you got it.
I thought for sure you hit the wrong one at first. All right, so the free fall is happening. He keeps dropping in draft stock. The numbers keep getting called, the players keep getting called, and it's not Shedeur. One man makes a post on social media. That man is our president, Donald Trump, who says something to the effect of, how can the NFL be this stupid to let Shedeur fall?
Oh, the owners specifically. The owners. Are they stupid?
Are the owners stupid? I'll find the exact tweet for you, but it ends up where
I thought it was fake. It was one of those ones that I thought it wasn't real. I was like, oh, that's not it. Because I'm not paying attention to social media. And I saw just like it looks like one of those fancy graphicked up screen grabs. And I'm like, oh, haha, that looks... I'm sorry, but it looks like a fake tweet, and I gotta remember what I'm dealing with here. So the fact that it was real is just so absurd. Did you find it?
I'm looking.
Because that was the thing. I was like, do I check his Twitter feed to see if this is real? And I'm like, no, I don't even want to go to his Twitter feed. No thanks.
Found it.
Don't give him the view.
Here it is, and we'll read this the correct way with proper emphasis, as noted. What is wrong with the NFL owners? Are they stupid? Deion Sanders was a great college football player and was even greater in the NFL. He's also a very good coach, streetwise and smart. Therefore, Shedeur, his quarterback son, has phenomenal genes and is all set for greatness. He should be picked immediately by a team that wants to win. Good luck, Shedeur, and say hello to your wonderful father. That sounds like somebody who's not ending in the gulag, Scott. That sounds like somebody who's got a cabinet position waiting for him when he gets out of Colorado, is what that sounds like. Shortly after that, though, that post was made on Truth Social. Shortly after that, the Browns trade up in the 5th round. Could have taken him in the 1st round. Could have taken him in the 3rd round. Trade up in the 5th round and draft Shedeur Sanders. And we get this image of the Browns war room after the pick is made, where nobody looks happy. Everyone looks like they just witnessed 9/11, like they just saw the plane crash into the tower. That's the looks of everybody in this war room. It is clear as day that Trump posted that, and then Jimmy Haslam was like, I got to do it. I got to get on Trump's good. I'm taking Shedeur. I want Trump on my side. I want him to be a Browns fan, and drafted Shedeur Sanders just because of this post. What do we think of that conspiracy theory? Did Trump's post force Jimmy Haslam to draft Shedeur Sanders?
Force? No. I mean, but I absolutely think that that Haslam had a hand in this. This screams owner, like meddling in the draft room. Like, he's still on the board. This is such great value. We got to go up and get him. I don't care what it takes. Just do it. Like, I mean, that's what this move screams, because this man was free falling, dude. There was nobody coming to save him. The Browns absolutely could have stood pat. They'll tell you all the bullshit about, we know people had him on the board, and that's where they're going to take him. No, because everybody thought before the weekend started that he was going to the 1st round. So anybody that tells you they knew where he was going to go, or they had inklings that, this is where he was going to get grabbed, they're fucking lying. So Haslam moved up on this shit because he saw what he thinks is an opportunity. I don't know. He hasn't seen his quarterback room, apparently, but what a fucking disaster. And again, I'm here for it. May I introduce to you the 2025 and beyond, until the Shedeur saga ends, version of Hard Knocks. This is who I want to see now, and I want cameras to follow them around daily.
This has to happen.
Shedeur, all of them. They all have to talk.
And here's the thing too, is like they can do it really easy, because like Dion already has a TV show on like Pluto or Tubi or some shit, right? Like, just have them follow Shedeur around. They shouldn't have any issue, because they'll just get all the crap that isn't actually about the NFL, but I'd eat that up. Tyson correctly pointing out that yes, there was a 9/11 reference.
Oh no, tres, cuatro.
Play that, because I think we're up to dose weeks in a row that we've now mentioned that.
Starting a new streak.
That's right. And then Dorian pointing out, shout out to our president for watching the draft, specifically day 3, the 3rd day of the NFL draft, because there is nothing else going on here that's more important whatsoever than day 3 of the NFL draft to comment on this. Like, so yes, that is great. Commander-in-Chief, thanks for being one of the people. But okay, don't shoot me. This might not, like, we might see Shedeur start games this year, because that quarterback room is thin. Now, I do think Dylan Gabriel is a solid quarterback, but that's the only dude that he really would need to beat out. It's not a bad pick.
Excuse me, the only dude he needs to beat out, I believe you are forgetting about
Joe Flacco.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Joe Flacco has thoughts about that's the only guy who needs to beat out. Deshaun Watson, whatever, he's gone. Kenny Pickett, trade.
He's injured. He's done.
Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, Joe Flacco. That's your remaining quarterback room in Cleveland, and Joe Flacco will dominate, and he'll go out there and he'll do Joe Flacco things, and the Browns will end up being a playoff team. By the way, Mook, good thing I didn't cash your bet. I didn't lock it in that the Jets were going to go to the playoffs next year with Shedeur as their quarterback.
Well, okay, but hold on a minute. Just like I said to you this weekend, I didn't say he would get drafted and go there. I just said he would lead them to the playoffs. There's still plenty of time for free agent moves and, guys to get cut in training camp and just find their way onto a roster. There's still time.
Scott, back me up here.
On which part of it? All of it?
Mookie being dumbass.
Oh, yeah, Mookie.
Well, now that's just way too generic. Like, that's just been like, hey, is the sky blue? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, for now they're not going to, but I love all of this. I'm so here. It's all delicious.
Do we think any chance Shedeur ends up in the Canadian Football League? Because the Toronto Argonauts took out a little flyer. They thought maybe he could end up there. They added him to their list of players that they're allowed to negotiate with. I guess every Canadian Football League is allowed to have a 45-person list of guys that, if the opportunity comes available, they get first dibs at pitching them to come to their team. They get to negotiate first. Those lists, names get traded from the lists. Like they will offer up people on their negotiation list as part of trade packages. But the Toronto Argonauts claimed Shedeur Sanders for their list. So if something happens, if he gets cut by the Browns, if he decides he wants to go to the Canadian Football League instead and try his hand at the draft next year, the Toronto Argonauts
property of the Argonauts
first dibs at signing Shedeur. He gets to follow. Who is that dude from Bo Nix? Right? It wasn't Bo Nix. Didn't he go to the Argonauts?
Oh, did he? I don't know. I don't think I knew that.
I gotta find out who it is now. I'm pretty sure there was somebody. No, it was Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly went to not Chip Kelly. God damn it. The
One
kid
of these days, huh?
Yeah, who the hell are you talking about?
I have no idea. I'm like, I don't know.
Brian Kelly Clarkson.
Kill me. Just kill me.
Okay.
I quit.
Shouldn't be that hard.
See you guys. Chad Kelly. It's Chad Kelly is who I'm thinking of.
Oh,
Chad
yeah,
Kelly.
dude. Oh, what a
Was that the dude with all the tats?
There was the dude that was on, like, he had a bit part on Last Chance U, like Coach JB.
Oh, yeah, but yeah. He was a giant douche. That's right. I remember.
He was a complete douche.
Yeah.
Thank you. Matt Barr hit it in the comments. I got it before I saw the comments. All right. Anyways, the Argonauts. Any chance that we get Shedeur in the Canadian Football League?
No.
Mookie, any chance?
I mean, I was gonna say, like, are you talking about just this year or like in the near future? Because I wholly suspect. Oh, nah. It'll take like 3 years. He'll flame out, and then he'll go there because he realizes that, you know, if he goes to Canada, at least he. Well, I actually got nothing other than he's gonna flame out.
Fair enough. Good talk there, Mook. All right. So, Scott, any bows you want to put on the Shedeur thing before we move on, because you seem to have enjoyed this very, very much. Has this been your favorite draft that you've seen in a long time just because of this?
Yeah, because I stopped following the draft. So I don't know these kids. I don't want to know these kids, but I do want to say that this was all brought about by himself and his father. Like, they did this. It had nothing to do with race. It had everything to do with the gigantic show and all the nonsense they surround him. But hey, I was also thinking about it. Honestly, it's a lose-lose kind of proposition. At least in this situation for Dion and his son, because they needed Dion needed to do the show, right? Like, this is the reason that people were excited to watch Colorado, and he needed to do all that and blow everything out so that he could get recruits in there and and he had to do all the show dog and pony show, and his son was part of that. And, you know, whatever, it elevated his son to a place where he got discussed in the first round whether or not he should have been there. But then, I mean, you know, whatever he's is either going to show itself or not. But the fact that he fell this far was directly a response to the way that he presented himself through the entire time in college and then through the draft process, because everybody said this dude is a giant entitled douche and he's not even that good to be out here doing that. So, like, I don't know what it was. It was one of those times where it's like, oh, Nepo baby got shown the door. I'm here for it. Fuck it, dude.
I think the biggest sigh of relief from the draft was Cam Ward, because there is like no pressure. The first time ever that the #1 overall pick has no pressure on him, because nobody cares. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody says anything about Cam Ward. He gets to wear Warren Moon's number, and nobody even cares. Everybody's just like, sure, whatever. Anyways, Shedeur went in the 5th round. That's crazy.
I mean, good for Cam. Like, he showed up high as balls, got picked first, and then got to fade into the background. I mean, perfect draft weekend if you're Cam Ward, baby.
I love that he came in. It was like, Green Bay sucks. I can't wait to get out of here. That was my favorite.
That was a strong first NFL take. I did agree with that too. Like, I get shit on Green Bay. I'm here for that.
This place is shitty. I can't wait to get out of here. Get me to Tennessee. Let's talk some baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
Guys, apparently nobody in the Washington Nationals organization owns a dog. Like, not a single person in the entire organization, because they arranged their Pups in the Park night and it's the thing that teams do where you get to bring your dog to the stadium, and they have like a section where dogs can piss and shit at the ballpark, I guess, while they watch the game.
Very important. Yeah.
Yeah, they do fun.
They need dedicated poop spots because, yeah, the worst thing about it is with baseball, and hey, I'll give them credit for this. They did it early in the season, but man, there was one year the Reds did that shit in like June. Oh my God, you could smell it across the river.
Yeah, it had to be disgusting.
It was not fun.
These games, though, they always do fun things, like when the other team is like pitching in a big scenario, like a big situation, they'll play a doorbell chime over the PA, and then all the dogs start barking and going crazy. So they play into the fact that they've got dogs in the stadium. Washington took a little bit of a different route, because also, not only was it Pups in the Park night, it was also Fireworks Friday. And I don't know if you guys know dogs. They don't really like fireworks a whole lot. So there was an announcement made at the game with a picture of a dog high as balls, freaking the hell out. It said post-game fireworks will begin approximately 20 minutes following the final out. If you or your four-legged friend,
that is not a lot of time.
Noises,
It really is not to get out of the ballpark.
Immediately following the game's conclusion. 20 minutes. Thank you, guys. You are picking up exactly what I thought of. 20 minutes to get out of your seat with a dog and out of the stadium and clear of fireworks. Not happening.
Because I mean, the fireworks are still going off when you're in your car trying to get out of there, right? Like,
right,
so your dog's
which
just
is
in
exactly
your car,
what you need.
terrified. 20 minutes is absolutely nothing, man.
You're not, if you're in the upper deck or wherever, like, you might not be to an exit in 20 minutes. Like, trying to the escalator and like fight through the crowd. No, 20 minutes is not enough after the last out. You have to leave like a eighth inning. What an absolutely horrible idea to put the fireworks and the dogs on the same night. Mook, how do you're a dog lover. You've got several four-legged friends. What do you think?
These idiots. First of all, ours are too big to ever go to one of these games, but I love them. I think it's a great time, except that like baseball games are too long for this stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's way too long to have this many dogs in like a confined area that doesn't have a normal like waste disposal situation. Because I gotta be honest, man, I ain't worried about mine. It's all these other people who don't know how to actually raise and manage dogs that would be the ones that would end up with like there'd be shit on a chair or someone in. I'm just surprised we don't see more situations where someone's sitting in their seat and the dogs are walking along and they just lift the leg and piss on someone. Like I'm shocked we don't hear about that happening more often. But baseball stadium is not a place for these kinds of things, man. Hockey arena, great. Soccer field, football stadium, not a big deal whatsoever. But in a baseball stadium, we're there for could be 4 hours. These pups are going to overheat, and then they're just going to let it go. And that's the last thing that any grounds crew wants to have to clean up.
4 hours, sir?
Yeah, baseball's like really long, man.
4 hours.
You named a football stadium and said that one's okay, but a baseball stadium is not, even though it's the same structure and the same game time. And you also said a hockey stadium. This is fine. Like indoor, you want all the dogs indoors because then they're just shitting inside an arena.
No. Because there, like with US Bank, you could just walk them outside to a little bit of AstroTurf. Once they do their business, then you go back inside. Just kind of like at home.
Why can't you set that up at a stadium, at a baseball stadium or a football stadium? Why can't you do that at those?
Because they don't let you out of the stadium.
Do they let you out of the stadium for a hockey game? Your argument is falling apart as you talk through this. This is a poor argument on your side.
Is that supposed to upset me though? Like I get things wrong all the time. So like, all right, shit. You know what? Swung, foul ball, caught by the third baseman. It happens.
Yee and the P.
Yee and the P. There it is.
Brought to you by Halftone says. The other big baseball story I wanted to talk about, fellas. Rob Manfred went to the White House and met with Trump. The purpose of the meeting was to talk about how the deportations can affect these players who are from Cuba and Venezuela and these other countries. So Rob was kind of going in being like, hey, can you make sure you don't take our guys? Like, take whoever else you want, but don't take our guys. And Trump was like, yeah, that sounds like a great plan. That's what I'm assuming the meeting was like, fuck them, but like our guys are cool, right? All right, cool. I want to fuck up the cash. You know what I'm saying, homie? And Trump was like, yeah, that's fine. We'll let your brown people stay, but on one condition. Pete Rose gets in the Hall of Fame. Because shortly after the meeting, Rob Manfred said, we talked about a lot of things. Pete Rose was brought up, and I will be making an official ruling in the near future as to whether or not Pete Rose can be reinstated into baseball and be eligible again for the Hall of Fame. So it does sound like a little quid pro quo, like, hey, leave our brown guys alone and I'll get you your rapist into the Hall of Fame. Like, is that cool? We cool with that? Because that's what it sounds like to me. Scott, how do you feel about this little exchange between Rob and Trump?
Two different heads of a mafia family. Just hashing it out, deciding how they're gonna chop up the neighborhood. Whatever, I guess. What a stupid fucking way for that story to end. If that's out, and after all this time, all this, like, if the commissioner of baseball just gets bullied into fucking doing it over fucking, hey man, what a fucking joke.
Mookie, how do you feel? You think they finally lift the ban for Pedo Rose?
I damn it, man. I saw you guys talking about this earlier. I was like, there's no way. Like, why would he bend? Like, what is there? Why would you capitulate? And then you made that very salient point about how ICE would then leave the ballparks alone. It's like, shit. That's the leverage. That's the leverage that would get that douchebag unbanned into the Hall of Fame. But, at the same time, how fitting? How fitting is that, right?
Rob, do you think we can convince Rob to get, like, because clearly, like, the situation here, as I'm reading this, is like, okay, our players and their families are safe. You get Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. Like, that's how I imagine this. Do we think we can get Rob to do like a Schindler's List thing and start adding in names that aren't really related to the baseball players, but just saving like random people from deportation because
that would mean Rob would have to have a soul. Let's not go too far, because while we're dealing with Satan here, we're not exactly dealing with an angel who's in these deals, because like fucking Selig see that was a Freudian slip, but it was accurate. Rob is not he's not a saint himself, so no, I don't think that we'd give him enough credit to think that he would A, want to do that, or B, go along with it.
But what if that's the end game? What if that's his plan? Is he has a man?
Well, then that'll change his legacy forever, I guess.
I saved all of these people from Trump deportations. Yes, I had to let Pete Rose into the Hall of Fame, but it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it to stand up to this.
And I'll be like, yeah, but you got rid of you made the universal DH, so fuck off.
I get it. You saved thousands of people from deportation. That universal DH, though, line
that will never, ever be forgiven.
I'm not okay with that.
Well, speaking of forgiving things, Scott, Mikey Esiamont, hockey player or Cardinal?
Why are you hold up? You can't switch into hockey.
We didn't even transition or nothing. Okay. You just
we didn't transition. I had another.
We're still, but we never played the baseball thing.
We did do the baseball transition. No. Don't you dare hit that button. I will.
Come on. You know what? It's not that good of a one, so I don't need it.
Scott, I think we broke you this weekend, or major.
You probably did.
Because you're out on City Connects now. You're done.
They've jumped all the way over the. This is it. Oh,
I can't believe that, Scott. Honestly, I was surprised.
I also
had to read the text multiple times.
This jersey, I felt like was the Scott Kaiser jersey. Like, I thought this was it. The Chicago White Sox unveiled their
You made it just for you.
2.0, which, by the way, I hate the fact that we've got teams doing second City Connects already, and we haven't even gotten City Connects from everybody. Like, that's a problem. But the White Sox, who had a fantastic City Connect, the South Side, I will never forget Tony La Russa with his hat crooked and the sunglasses on.
Oh,
and dropping hard R's. You know, he was singing along to whatever song was playing in the club.
For a minute there, that was the best one. Like,
it was
in the first crop. Yeah, that was the best one.
It was so good, but they've come out with a 2.0. And Scott's not on board. They are Chicago Bulls inspired. So it's red with the black pinstripes. There's black sleeves. The one thing I will say about these jerseys, the hat with an actual white sock on it that says Chicago with wings, not my cup of tea. But the font is the Chicago Bulls font that says Chicago across the front, red with black pinstripes. Scott, I thought you were eating this one up. I thought this had your name written all over it.
No, this looks like some concoction from Fanatics. Like, this looks like one of those jerseys that you see in the catalog in the East Bay that you're like, yo, that's so dope. What if they did something like that? But you're like, yeah, but actually they're not actually going to do something like that, because who the fuck would want to wear that on a baseball diamond? It also gives off the littlest of brother vibes. Like, Chicago, the White Sox are already second rate in that city, right? Like, it's already Cubs first and the White Sox second. So they're already like little brother. But then when you little brother yourself out to the NBA team that has had much more success as far as championships go, like, it just screams like, hey, look, we're trying to be cool, but they're like 2 decades behind being cool. Like, the Bulls aren't even good anymore. So, like, what you're trying to relate to is like 20 years old. And it just screams like, look at us, we're cool. But like, hey there, fellow basketball fans, look at what we're doing. I don't like it. It's second rate. Like, what other sport? Like, the Bears should be trying to do something like this. The Bears, like, they're the ones that need help. Like, hey, come see us. We're playing in like Bull Styles jerseys. Woohoo!
What if they made a Blackhawks inspired jersey? Like, they're like, oh, you took the Bulls, fine, we'll take the hockey team. That's fine. Mookie, what do you think of these?
That thought had never crossed my mind until Scott just said it, that this was them basically jockeying another pro team's like shit for their own thing. I was like, oh, well, this looks differently now.
Yeah, it's why I don't like it.
And like, I gotta be honest, Chicago, I feel like it's unfortunate, but I think Chicago's identity as a city, there is a lot of it attached to the Bulls. And like, so to me, I don't see that as a homage to another professional sports franchise as much as it is that like basketball and that brand is part of the fabric of Chicago culture. I still think they look sick. I mean, it's hard to get mad at that color scheme. I even like this stupid little white sock. Like, I don't know, man. It
what
kind
do
of
you like better? Because this was the first City Connect I noticed that they included 2 different versions of the hat. So the same jersey, the hat can either be red with pinstripes and the white Chicago sock on it with a black brim, or a black hat with a black brim and like a red rope and the white Chicago white sock on the top with wings on it.
I mean, you can't beat a rope hat. We all know this.
Scott, does that change your mind? Did you only see one of those? Now that there's 2,
that is the first time I've seen the black one, but I actually prefer the look of the.
Wait, go back to the other. Red. What was different?
It's just the pinstripes. It's like it's like
red instead of black.
It's
a different color.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few differences, but I mean, it matches the main.
It's a different hat. It's
different. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I prefer the red one. And look, I guess on its face, like, right, like, I don't have a problem with the idea, the concept, but I just have a problem with the, like, just admitting, like, yeah, we're not as, like, we're just a thing here, and like the Bulls are the thing. So like, hey, you like the Bulls? Like, okay, could you maybe come watch us if you like the Bulls? Our shitty owner owns both of us. Did you know that? Like, same shitty owner for the Bulls owns us. Like, maybe come see us. Like, I don't know. Like, you wouldn't see the Cubs doing this. Like, this seems like, this is some Mets. This is some real Mets energy.
gotta go through some comments. I'm sorry. We have to go through
Yes, we do. There's a specific couple.
There's a few that cracked me up here, but first of all, let's see. Matt Barr said the Chicago White Sox wearing their City Connects with no white on them. Boo. There was
white. There's a little white
hat
on the side.
Ed saying no damn way Fanatics would come up with something this fire. He's a big fan of these jerseys. Tank did not call them dumpster fire. He did call them Cybertruck fire. Big ass dumpster fire is what that one is. And Scott, Ed wanted you to ask your son who the Bulls are.
Maybe.
Dorian also said, "Who's that biracial kid that just talked about?"
Hold on.
Well played. Oh shit!
We need his takes on this. Yell into the microphone. You know Luke would think this shit's fire.
Oh yeah, you know he would.
Tank says we need Chief Keef jerseys. They would have been cool back in the Bulls style. Ed pointing out that the Bulls are known in Chicago, but so is the pizza. So maybe we look at a Chicago style pizza,
a deep dish thing. Yeah, hey man, look, there's a lot of things in a city as iconic as Chicago. Like there's a lot of things to latch on to. Like the Cubs didn't corner the market on anything like related to the city. I mean, their Blues were just what the hell ever. So like Chicago could have latched on to or the White Sox rather could have latched on to anything, and they're like, let's latch on to the NBA team. Weird. It's weird when you say it out loud.
Tyson says this is a celebration between two storied franchises, and I don't like my allies here. And enjoy. I am realizing right now that Mookie and Tyson are on board with this. I am on the wrong side of history here. I reconsider my entire life up to this point because
sorry about your luck.
Not a big fan. Tyson did say Scott's sports teams are dumb. You just got astray for that one.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then Hank saying the hat is
looks like the cum sucks.
Looks like the cum sucks.
Yeah.
Give that one to him, Mook. He deserves it.
I was on the fence.
Does he mean the sock on the hat looks like cum, or is this a receptacle for cum? Like this?
It is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The black one can be the one you put on the door, and then the red one is the one that you actually finish the deal in. Don't come in, Granny. No.
Why is this the part that feels uncomfortable? Like this should be right in the wheelhouse, but it's just like, oh.
Sports adjacent lunacy.
I
think we're deep in.
Yeah, GPT said it. You know what? This feels like what we need right now. Speaking of which, where the fuck is Rex, man? Do we need proof of life on that guy? I feel like we haven't seen him in forever.
Rex hates you, so he
doesn't. Oh, okay. That's fine. As long as that's the case, like I ain't worried about that.
Let's talk hockey.
Okay, that's all. That's
but hey, as they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Scott, playoffs underway. Not a lot happening in the East. Kind of boring, right? What's going on over there as compared to the West?
Sure.
Wow. Not even trying.
I like that Canada's duking it out. Although, you know me, I'm rooting for Canada this year, baby. Let's go.
So I wanted to ask you that, Scott. If you
I don't
had
like
to pick a Canadian team to make it to the Stanley Cup final and win it, who is the Canadian horse you're riding with? Because it's dicey, bro. It's dicey.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. And I hate Toronto a lot. Like, I don't want to I enjoy I still like their infutility when it comes to the playoffs in my lifetime. So I don't really want to. I guess it'd have to be the Senators by default.
Ugh.
I know. It doesn't feel good. And our Senators are sucking ass. So
hold on a minute. You're rooting for whom?
The Senators.
They're losing.
I know that they're losing, but what I'm saying is I'm rooting for them, like to still try to figure out a way to pull it off. Like I don't want Toronto to be the one to win it for Canada. So
Oh, you're just choosing the least evil of the Canadian options. Scott,
Yes,
like,
yes.
I was like, Scott, they're called the Capitals, not the Washington Senators. Like you're mixing terminology.
No. I was picking the Canadian team. The question was, which Canadian team did I want to win? And I'm picking the Senators.
Yeah, wow.
Not Edmonton. You don't want Edmonton to have a redemption arc from last year.
Who's what?
Edmonton. You don't want Edmonton to get a little redemption from last year.
Nah, fuck them.
Oh.
Decisive.
I support the Canadian teams unless it's Edmonton. Fuck them.
Actually, I hate Toronto more than I hate Edmonton. So Edmonton would be fine over Toronto.
Mookie, do you want to play your game here of?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Why not?
Cardinal, or I guess we should say potential Pope or hockey player.
Yeah.
This is where Mookie will name a name, and Scott has to determine if this is a potential Pope or a hockey player. Let me see if I can get some music here for you guys. I'll do a little production value here behind you.
Right.
We'll get a little. Well, Scotty doesn't know because Scotty doesn't know. Mookie, go ahead. First name.
Timothy Radcliffe.
Scott doesn't even have his headphones on. He has no idea.
So that makes it even easier. Shot clock at 8.
What is happening?
7. I don't even know.
6.
Damn
5,
cup got twisted. Anyway,
4,
go ahead.
3.
Professional podcast, Joe.
1. All right, and by that, Scott gets eliminated.
Give him the name again, Mook. Give him the name again.
Timothy Radcliffe.
That sounds like a pope.
Damn.
Oh,
right.
Scott with the
Cardinal.
1-0 lead.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
All right.
He had me in the
Snuck
first
it
half.
through the 3-hole, bitch.
Conrad Krajewski.
Hockey player.
Incorrect. He
Damn
is
it.
a
Wow.
Cardinal. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, well played. Well played.
Yep. Braden Pockle.
Hockey player.
Damn it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, Mook. This isn't going like you thought it would.
It's not. Michael Cierney.
Pope.
Shit.
Oh, my God. You're terrible at this.
Zachary Leheroux.
Pope.
Incorrect. Hockey.
Damn it.
Oh, wow.
Damn it.
I've been so engrossed in this.
If I would have went up 5-1, it'd have been a wrap.
Michael Bunting.
Hockey player.
Shit.
Oh my God.
Kevin Farrell.
Ooh. Hockey player.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Damn it.
Oh,
There's not going to be a Pope named fucking Kevin. Fuck out of here.
Kevin.
You're like, how great would that be? And Pope Kevin is giving his sermon. Pope Kevin weighed in on the conflict in Russia.
I got this blessed by Pope Kevin. I'll never get rid of this.
Eliaski Protas.
Hockey.
Shit.
I mean, Mook, even I knew that one.
Come on.
Not getting Pope
Mikola Wojciech.
or whatever. What was it?
Hockey player.
Incorrect. Cardinal.
Damn.
Mikey Elisayamant.
Hockey player.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one there.
But there's not gonna be no Pope Mikey.
You know what? You give him credit. He
Pope Mikey. Hey, Mikey.
He went 6 for 10. So if he was in Vegas, he'd be a shark.
Oh man, I slayed it, baby. I slayed it.
6 for 10. Mook, how do we feel like that went, Mookie?
I feel like I could have shuffled them differently, but
Yeah, might have been it. A little more research into the names. Would have been a great
names.
game.
What am I supposed to look at the fucking entomology of these guys and shit? Like,
No, just research it to make it harder. Get more Polish Pope prospects in there.
well, see, so I was trying to go for basic white guy names on the Cardinal
Evans.
side and like European sounding names and the hockey player side for the confusion.
Yeah, no, we saw exactly what you were doing.
You only went 6 for 10, which is basically what you'd get if you flipped a coin.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Boom. There's a stamp for next week, Vince.
I went 6 for 10, which is basically what you get if you flipped a coin.
The logic's there, right? Like,
Not really.
out of the 10 potential outcomes, 4, 5, and 6 of the same whatever are the most likely by like basically 3 standard deviations.
Scott, who you got winning it all? Who do you got winning it all, Scott? Who's bringing home Lord Stanley?
I don't know, man.
Colorado.
Doesn't it just stay? No, I don't think Colorado's going to do it this year. Doesn't it just stay in Florida, though? Like, aren't the Lightning or Panthers going to find a way to pull it out again?
I wanted to ask you about that. So this is Florida Panthers are going for their 3rd straight cup run, like 3rd straight appearance in the Stanley Cup, which we have always said, like, this is impossible to do. It's so hard to go back to back. Imagine going back to back to back, but they're up on Tampa Bay. They're dominating that series. They scored 2 goals in 11 seconds yesterday. Like, this team is insane. Is the Florida Panthers franchise the new hockey in Florida? Like, it was Tampa Bay's state for the longest time. Have they now been taken over by the Panthers?
Oh, no, that's a good question. They might have. I mean, the Panthers were the first ones there, right? Weren't they first?
I think they were first, but
I know. I'm just thinking. I know that there's a lot more Panthers loyalists than there are Tampa Bay. Just like it was like something that was more like, well, they were here first, so I'm more of a Panthers fan. But I could see it. I mean, I could see it switching back over.
So we've got a new Florida state champion, is what you.
Yeah, they'll be able to roll out some rings to take down Tampa Bay.
Gabe has a question for you. Why are the Carolina Hurricanes in Raleigh and not in Charlotte? All of the other major sports are in Charlotte.
How the fuck should I know? That's a weird. Why is that?
You're the hockey expert.
That's a good. Yeah, you know, that's a good question. Why the hell wouldn't they be in the same city as everybody else? Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Property tax?
Maybe they should wear some Panthers inspired uniforms to get some people to show up to their games.
Huh? I don't know.
Your Hurricanes, they can wear some sky blue and black and silver uniforms and come home and they go, look at us. Don't we remind you of the Panthers? Come see us play hockey. Woo. Fucking little brother bullshit. We have to look like another sport for you to pay attention to us.
What else should we be thinking about or watching for in these playoffs, Scott? You're the expert on the show in hockey. What should I be paying attention to here?
Ovi.
Okay. Elaborate.
No, I mean, you
Okay.
know.
No, there's no reason. That's enough said.
After setting that record, I just figured he might as well keep watching him and paying attention to what he's doing. This is it. These are the final days, my man. So, like, he's trying to get another cup before it's all said.
The final days.
I mean, relatively. Like, I feel like he's going to be like Yager and he's going to be playing when he's 92. But, I mean, his NHL days.
Is that what we're expecting? Like, do you think Ovi's done after this year? Like, let's say
No.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he's done it.
Not even close.
All right, so what do we think next year? Like, is that it, or is he going to go for 1,000?
I was just going to say, I think before this year, I said if he broke the record, it probably had about 3 more in. Like, so I think I'd stick with that.
So we got 3 more years for Ovi to get the cup and be drunk for an entire offseason.
Hell yes.
Yelling things in Russian. Okay. All right. I'm
Wonderful. I feel like we got a good shot for that this year, though.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I feel like that's
to see some of that fun stuff.
If you know what, if Canada is not going to bring it back home, then I'm rooting for that. Get it out of Florida, damn it.
So you wanted Canada to get it because of what's happening in Washington, but if Canada can't have it, you want Washington to have it. Right?
No, never mind. Back that truck up. Never mind. Didn't think that went through. No, Canada or bust, baby. I'm sorry.
Hey, Scott, it happens to the best of us, man.
Sorry,
don't take it personally, okay?
sorry, Ovi, you fucked up, bro. It's not even your fault, but can't root for him. Never mind. Sorry.
I'm sorry to burst.
No. Good. Hey, I'm glad you brought that up. Somebody would have brought it up in the comments.
Hey, at least you caught him before a lot of people heard about this, and you caught Scott before he made an idiot of himself in front of a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I know. I could have come back to the next episode with my own sponsorship.
That is an interesting question. Gabe saying, who retires first, LeBron or Overton?
LeBron.
Oh wow,
that was quick.
Very quick. Does Ovechkin have a kid he could play in the NHL with? Because
I don't think so.
Nah, it's gonna be a minute. You saw him when he broke the record. Those are some wee little lads. So I don't think he can last that long.
That sounds like a challenge. I'm gonna go with LeBron. I think LeBron retires first. I think LeBron's done after this year, especially.
Yeah, I think he's real close.
You know what?
In the next year or two.
That's a good segue.
Boom shakalaka!
Minnesota is just bullying the Lakers, man. Like, that series seems over. JJ Redick played an entire squad for an entire second half and a loss. Like, weird decisions being made. LeBron, he's still playing well at the end of the game, but you just can tell he's a little more gassed. I think this is it, man. I think especially if the Lakers get bounced right away by the Timberwolves, LeBron's like, you know what? I think I'm out. I think I'm done. And he hangs it up. Maybe one more year, but we're seeing the end of that career, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I gotta say, knowing LeBron like I know LeBron over his entire career, he gonna get that Derek Jeter treatment. So we gonna know when LeBron's retiring. He ain't gonna just spring it on us. LeBron is gonna tweet that shit out and make sure that everybody knows, so he can get his surfboards and cities, and he gonna get that farewell tour, baby.
Oh man, you're right. You're right about that. I guess I was wrong in thinking.
Yeah, no, I mean, for a minute I thought, I was like, yeah, he could have, but I'm like, nah, this is LeBron. Like, one last spectacle, baby. We're gonna rewrite the history of the decision, the farewell tour.
Farewell. There's news though out of the NBA besides the playoffs and besides the fact that the wall is amazing in the playoffs. I don't know if you guys have watched any of the Clippers series against the Nuggets. Mookie, you made a face there like you're.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, I don't know. I don't get what the deal is. Sorry, I just, I don't know. It's okay. Oh God. I was gonna say it's no Cameron Crazy situation, but now I feel dirty for even bringing them up.
Mook, they handed out horse hats to everybody in the wall so that they can wear horse hats to distract Joker and make him think about his horse and want to be with his horse instead of playing basketball. That is next level, diabolical, amazing taunting. I'm 100% on board with this. How can you hate on the wall?
I'm not hating. No, I'm not hating. First of all, I'm not hating. I'm just kind of like
sounded haterish.
It's just more like a little unimpressed, we'll say.
Unimpressed? Dude, it is absolute fire to watch those fans. They are losing their shit.
I mean, this is the guy that claims he can kick field goals from 30-plus yards. So
I mean, I could easily kick from 30-plus yards. I could walk out and kick 30-plus yards right now. Like, meet me in 90 minutes. We'll get it done.
Not when the pressure's on. When the pressure's on, you choke. And as soon as the pressure's off,
I'm not like I hitting, betting practice into the top of the cage over here, please.
Oh,
so
damn! You don't let him talk to you like that, bro?
Yeah, where you at?
Mookie would have went 6 for 10 in the cage.
And they would have signed me to a contract and be like, "Holy shit, that's Hall of Fame material." You don't even need to strike a hostage negotiation with the league commissioner to get in with that kind of numbers.
But then they'd terminate your contract because you showed up with a bootleg jersey that just said Chicago across the front, and like, I had to borrow my little brother's
Chicago
to come to this.
It'd be just slightly misspelled. Chicago. It is what it is, man.
Have you been consuming any of the basketball playoffs, Scott? Have you watched any basketball whatsoever?
Not a single soul, or not a single solitary minute.
That's what I thought.
In fact, I got a text that Lillard was like tore his Achilles or some shit, and I was like, "Huh? Was that playing? Is the season still going on? I think so, but are they in the playoffs? What about that tournament thing? I don't know. These are too many questions. That's why I don't care about the NBA." And that was the extent of my NBA thought process through this last
feels about right though
week. I old man the shit out of it. I don't care.
The random question of what about that tournament thing? Just in the middle was.
Yeah, don't they do that little play-in that's in-season tournament?
A cute little thing, you know?
Yeah, like
it's or whatever.
In-season tournament, which happened months ago. That was a long time
ago.
No,
isn't there another one?
Play-in tournament to
the
play-in
tournament.
The last 2 seeds. Yeah, that happens right before the playoffs. That's like leading into the playoffs.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I knew there was something added that I haven't really ever paid any attention to. Like that's a new wrinkle since I cared about the NBA like that.
It's a new wrinkle. It's a new wrinkle. It's like they introduced moving the ball from the baseline to midcourt during.
Well, no, I mean it is a new wrinkle. They're not just strictly. They're not strictly going off. Yeah, but they're not strictly going off standings anymore. It's a play-in tournament. Like that's not a thing that they used to have. Like
it's like Scott. It's like Scott described the universal DH as a new wrinkle.
This motherfucker right
here. In fairness, Scott, the play-in tournament was like,
to be fair,
back before COVID. Like it's been several years.
Okay, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I haven't really paid attention to the NBA since before the Mickey Mouse era. That was really like seriously
how much catching up Scott needs to do. Scott, real quick, did you hear about the situation in LA where LeBron is fucking one of the players' mothers?
Yeah, no, look, I've followed that the NBA has gone on and still happened, but I'm saying as far as like watching any of the games,
God, like Luka Doncic got traded from the Mavs to the Lakers. It was crazy. You totally missed it.
Not to mention Golden State broke up their golden trio.
Cool. I heard Denver won a title.
Scott, Michael Jordan retired again. Crazy, right?
And then he played baseball and came back. Did you hear about that?
And even Mike would be like, I ain't wearing this shit.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful, bro. I ain't wearing this shit.
I didn't even think about that. That is homage to the Chicago White Sox most famous player in the history of the franchise. They're just like, no, it's just because Jordan played in our organization for a while. So
that makes these so fire. That's so fire. I didn't even think about that. That's awesome.
Trust me, neither did the White Sox. They did not. There's not a chance they made that connection. They strictly were like, remember when Mike was here and he wore those really awesome jerseys that showed Chicago in this script? We should do that and change our clothes to black and red, even though we're the White Sox. It'll be totally cool. The kids will love it.
You're right.
The kids from when? 1985? Yeah, those kids, they'll love it. They're 40 now. Okay, cool. Well, we're baseball. We're not trying to get younger.
I was going to say, in baseball terms, 40 is young. That's a young fan. But Scott, you just hit on something. I got to change my mind. Dumpster fire. It's not the script Chicago.
Yeah, dude. Now, hey, you know what's funny? If they had hit you with the 1985 with the script, now that might change the game.
Script Chicago makes this, and I like it still, but the fact that it's not the script Chicago, now I'm wishing it was, and it takes it down a few notches. It's into dumpster fire territory. Damn.
Well, but you know what's funny though? Remember, excuse me, it wasn't exactly the same, but the White Sox road uniforms in the Frank Thomas era, they did have the Chicago script going across them and the black on grays. Like it wasn't the same font, but they could have like paid homage. Now that would have been cool if they paid homage to the Bulls by doing that font and being like, oh, hey, like, remember when we also had this like during the 90s, like we could pay homage to both, but like actually use the Chicago script of the Bulls and have it still in the same white and black and gray color scheme. Like that would have been so much cooler.
Yeah. I'm bummed. I'm bummed now because I now I'm wishing it was Albert Bell era White Sox with the Chicago Bulls. God damn it.
Yeah.
Shit. Guys, did you see Adam Silver wants to change the All-Star game? Anybody see that?
No.
I heard he's trying to steal something from the NHL or something.
Sure.
Are we doing hockey again?
Yeah, we're back to well, no, this is basketball. We switched over to basketball, but it's kind of
we're doing baseball.
It's hockey adjacent. We did go to baseball.
Did you play the drop?
I don't know.
Maybe that's why there's confusion.
Miller for three. Oh, he backed it in. We're going to overtime.
One of you two shot early.
It's myself. That's right.
I knew what you were doing. You telegraphed the shit out of
Oh,
that.
yeah. It was
You did. There was a giant long pause.
Trying to walk me right into it, and I saw it a mile away. Adam Silver is looking to change the NBA All-Star Game, boys. And yes, he is looking at taking a page out of the NHL playbook. He saw how well the Four Nations tournament did this past offseason, and he said, maybe we'll have an international flavor to our All-Star Game. So get ready for like Team USA versus the world as an All-Star Game coming up, and that's going to be NBA's big solution to saving the All-Star Game is, hey, it's going to be all Team USA against all those white guys that came over. It's Joker and Luka together. Come on.
This is dumb. This is dumb. I'm sorry. I mean, it works for hockey better. They have more good players from like that's the problem with basketball. Like, there's only a couple of countries that can fill up, like having a team good enough to like compete. So what are we doing?
Oh, I think Team World, you've got Wemby, you've got Luka.
Well, okay, you're talking about just doing Team World, right? I thought they were trying to do it like hockey, where there was more than one, more than just the two. Like,
I mean, I guess you could probably do like Team USA, Team Canada, Team France, Team rest of the world. Like,
why not just Four Nations style? Right?
Like, that's what we're trying to figure out. We were saying that who's the fourth nation? Who's the fourth nation you bring in? Because France,
Zulu,
Canada, USA, probably.
Well, fuck that, Scott. If that's what we're doing, let's go Jamaica. Why not?
I'm glad that I broke Mike on that one.
Zulu. I have that on the bingo card.
God, that's some racist shit. Like, that's some racist shit.
Race card.
It's LeBron and Steph Curry and Team USA taking on Team Zulu.
Oh, that's right. We're talking basketball. Not hockey.
Yeah, the Zulu would signify that we're not talking about hockey any further.
Hey Scott, let's go guy from Zulu or a hockey player.
Oh God.
Gabe is giving us the real answer here. He's saying Canada, France, Australia, Germany, Serbia, USA.
Yeah, there you go.
That's 6 teams.
Do we have enough from Serbia to fill out an entire?
What about Spain? How is it that Spain all those years kept getting to the finals in the Olympics against their asses? Like, did they fall off that far?
Up by France.
Well, because the Gasol brothers retired.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, is it because the Gasol brothers are done? That was their whole thing.
Starting lineup,
Okay.
Yeah, France has come for that crown, man. France is like taking over as like the spot.
See, 5 years out the game. I don't know these things. I thought the Zulu Nation was rolling up.
5 years out the game, all of a sudden it's a bunch of French dudes. Back
in my day, the Spaniards were running shit. I don't know. Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit. Scott, you're amazing. That's fantastic. All right, so we're not on board. Like, go for it, do it, whatever. Like,
do whatever you want. I'm not watching either way.
At this point, it can't hurt. Like, do whatever.
Just fuck it.
Mook, let's talk soccer. So our boy Caesar, his team won the Premier League over the weekend.
Sure did, man.
Mook, they locked it up. They're still in contention for the Champions League too. We might get 2 big trophies from Liverpool this year. But the big story out of the soccer world, Scott, you'll like this one. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney had purchased Wrexham a few years ago. They had their TV show for the third straight year. Wrexham has been promoted. So when Rob and Ryan took over the team, they were like a very low level of English soccer. They have been promoted 3 straight years, and they are now in the league directly below the Premier League. They're 1 step away from being a Premier League team.
Let me put it in terms.
That
Scott
usually doesn't happen this quickly, though, right? Like that's
No,
kind of
not
a thing, right?
low A, and they got promoted to triple A.
Yeah,
Okay, I got you.
That's where they went from the Dayton Dragons to the Louisville Bats in the last 3 years.
Yeah,
And that usually doesn't happen that fast, right?
it does
Like,
not. No, it's actually never happened. I think before that a team has clinched promotion 3 years in a row to this level too. It's kind of impressive. It's kind of impressive that I thought they were going to run out of steam, but apparently they're figuring out a way to play. Like, it just goes to show that Cartman and Magic Johnson are right, that money cures everything. That's all you need.
Magic Johnson and Cartman?
Yeah, because, I'm HIV positive, that all you got to do is grind cash up and shoot it in your veins, and then you're good.
What?
You ever seen that episode of South Park?
Remember that episode, Scott?
Oh yeah, no, I missed. I'm that reference is missed on me. Yeah.
Scott hasn't watched South Park.
He hasn't watched it in at least 5 years.
Yeah, I know. I'm 5 years off the game, bro. I'm quite a bit further out the game on South Park, if we're being honest. But
That's like one of those classic episodes, though.
It is.
It's been a while since I watched it.
Either way, I'm intrigued to see how it plays out because similarly, we again, this was I believe the 3rd time this ever happened, or maybe 4th time, but every single team last year that got promoted to the Prem immediately got relegated back down.
Yeah. They didn't.
I actually know that might have been the first time that's ever happened. And there's just weird shit happening all around the footballing world. So all I got to say, Mike, is maybe this bodes well for our boys in orange and blue.
There you go. Maybe top of the table right now. I am interested. I'm keeping my eye on that Europa League tournament, Mook, because my Spurs, after just giving up against Liverpool and just letting them run roughshod and score 5 goals to win the title, it was clear as day that Tottenham was like, we are putting all our eggs in this Europa League basket.
Which makes sense.
If they win, we get the Champions League. Automatic. This is a team that is near the relegation zone. They're 16th in the Premier League, playing against potentially Man U, who is 14th in the Premier League. You could have 2 bottom feeders of the league getting one of them getting an automatic bid to the champions.
It's like an epically bad Man U team. This is par for the course of Tottenham, but like Man U is going to earn the fewest points in the Prem they've ever earned, dating back to 1992. But to me, Mike, what I think bodes well for the Spurs is, did you see their former savant, mercurial striker, Harry Kane, has finally won his first trophy in his entire illustrious career by being a part of Bayern, who, after losing out on a streak of like 11 straight titles when he first came there, they lost the league naturally because they had to adjust to Harry. But they're finally going to win a trophy next weekend when he's suspended for yellow card accumulation.
Tottenham legend, baby. There it
Tottenham
is.
legend, Harry Kane.
Amazing. And congrats on your trophy that you don't get to experience because you're out on yellow card.
You ran your fucking mouth.
Fantastic. Let's talk about these beers that we were drinking tonight. We're rating them, as always, on Liverpool fan, champion of the fan, Caesar scale. Dog or no dog, Scott? What's in your mug, dog or no dog?
I had myself a maker, 10
Oh.
10 meg THC Uncle Arnie's strawberry lemonade. It's nothing but a dog.
Luke, what were you drinking?
I was drinking Sophia Mexican Lager from Eddie Line Brewery. Absolute dog. Everyone's welcome with this brew.
I had Churro 10W40 from Highwire, chocolate, vanilla, lactose, cinnamon, churro flavored. Fantastic. Would crush this as often as I can.
Hey, can I get an audience with Trump and make sure that they don't deport my miggers?
Race card.
Has nothing to do with race. Everybody can drink these.
But we can't all say it.
I mean, if you're careful enough, you'll be fine. Just don't say it fast. Enunciate.
Michael Hunt.
Miggers.
Is that how it goes? Michael Hunt?
Miggers.
Nick Cole.
Nick Hurts. Nick Hurts.
Nicholas Hurts.
Nick Hurts.
Nicholas Kurtz.
This was a show.
There's your clip. Oh, snap.
Fuck, 9 years. 9 years of this. Unbelievable. Thank you guys so much.
He's Nick Hurts.
Race card.
Never has that been pulled during the outro music. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe to that YouTube channel. Get notified whenever we post new stuff. We're on all the socials at Craft Beef Sports. You can find us on all of them. Go follow us for the show and between the show. Shout out to everybody in the Facebook group. That's the only reason I keep Facebook around, and that's the only reason you should too. So go join that. It's a fun time to know. Shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. Tons of great content there. Go hit them up and subscribe, rate, and review all the podcasts on the Belly Up Sports Media Network. I'm out next week, fellas, so you guys hold it down with Matt Barr for me.
Shit!
Yeah, good luck. Can't wait for that intro tomorrow or next week. But
Who
I'll
wants
see
to
you
co-host?
everybody else. Cheers. Love sports.
Ski the slopes. It's what Caesar would want.
You'll never walk alone. Horns up.
I don't know much about your show or what's going on